For now, we will close with the thought that theology matters. Doctrine matters, and both of them matter in being precise. It is one thing to not know a matter, to be given the gospel, and then to be saved by receiving the gospel. It is another thing to be taught a heretical teaching and then be asked to trust in the one whom that heretical teaching proclaims. The first will be saved. Such a person does not need to be told the many intricate details of the incarnation of Jesus Christ in order to be saved. He simply hears the gospel, he receives it, and he is saved. However, if someone is told in advance of hearing the gospel that Jesus Christ is a created being, or that Jesus Christ is not God, or that people need to continue to observe the law of Moses in order to be saved, or that a person can lose his salvation, and on and on and on, he has put his trust in a false Jesus, and he will not be saved. How can I know this is true? Because Paul says as much in Galatians chapter 1. He says in verses 6 through 9, I marvel that you are turning away so soon from him who called you in the grace of Christ to a different gospel, one which is not another. But there are some who trouble you and want to pervert the gospel of Christ. But even if we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel to you than what we have preached to you, let him be accursed. As we have said before, so now I say again, if anyone preaches any other gospel to you than what you have received, let him be accursed. Another gospel is no gospel. Be sure to share the gospel, but don't confuse who Jesus is, what the nature of Jesus Christ, who is God, is, or anything else in your presentation. Stick to the basics, and then they can go about ruining their doctrine all by themselves if they want to do so. Or they can pursue that which is sound and reasonable in order to stand approved before the Lord on the day when we face him for our rewards and losses. Our closing verse comes from Hebrews 7. It is verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord arose from Judah. He wasn't created. He arose from Judah. The Jehovah's Witnesses say that he was a created being. They say he's the Archangel Michael and all of these other things that come out from false teachings and heretical teachings. I will make a distinction right now so you understand the difference. Bad doctrine is not the same as heresy. People are always saying, well, that's a heresy, and that's a heresy. It has nothing to do with heresy. A heresy is not, I believe in a mid-trib rapture. No, that's just bad doctrine, okay? Bad doctrine will not keep anybody from being saved. A heresy will keep somebody from being saved. But a heretic can be a saved person. They heard the gospel and they didn't know all the intricacies. They were just given the gospel and they believed they're saved. But then they start espousing heresy and the next person will not be saved. So understand the difference between bad doctrine and a heresy, okay?